Hi everyone. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. My name is Rachel Harrison, and I chose the Regents exams. And I chose them because in about a year I'm going to have a ninth grader. And a couple years later I will have another ninth grader. And these exams are, let's go to the next slide. They are for high school students who are in grades 9 through 12. There is also an opportunity for some people to take these exams if you, I'm trying to think, in eighth grade, but it's not likely that has happened and it's possible. And they can also take them after they leave high school to earn a diploma. So that's who would be taking these exams. What exactly are the exams? So you can choose, like you see on the screen, between, well, you have to take them: English, math, science, and social studies. So there's five altogether, and there's only four different ones stated here. So the fifth one, the fifth exam, you can choose. You can choose one additional exam from English, mathematics, science, or social studies. You can choose one career and technical education exam, which is called the CTE, or you can choose one non-English language. And the choices for the non-English language exams are French, German, Hebrew, Italian, Latin, and Spanish. There are a few different levels. So you can get a Regents diploma. You have to have a score of 65 or better to pass and to get your diploma in New York State. You also could do a Regents with honors. And what that is a student would get an average score of 90 across all exams that they take. So that would give you a Regents diploma with honors. So then there's a New York State Regents advanced designation. And that is a little bit different. Okay, so you would still need to pass with a 65 or higher. You can choose 4 different exam groupings that contain a total of 8 exams. It says by getting 85 or higher on either 3 math exams or 3 science exams, you can also have a mastery in math or a mastery in science. And that is under the diploma with advanced designation. So the technical endorsement that kind of goes along with this is students that are enrolled in an approved school district or a BOCES career and technical education, which is the CTE program I talked about in the last slide, who successfully completes all requirements earn a technical endorsement to be affixed to their high school diplomas. So although everyone who's going to graduate with a New York State Regents or a diploma, there's options. You can have one with honors, you can have an advanced designation, you can also have a technical endorsement that's added on. Okay, so when Regents exams are given 3 times a year, for this year in 2020, exams will be held January 21st through the 24th. They will be held again in June, the 17th through the 25th, and then August 13th to the 14th, but I think that that's kind of more limited. So the other 2 dates, those dates in January and June are more wide open, and then there's a smaller portion of exams that are available in August, and that's the 13th and the 14th. Okay, where? So these exams are exclusive to New York State. There are other states that do exams like this, but the Regents exams are exclusive to New York. And if you want to graduate from high school in the state of New York, you have to take these exams. Okay. The other thing, actually, let me go back real quick. The other thing is, okay, so it says where. So that's where it's taken. But where do you find your results? That's another thing that we could quickly go over. You can see Regents exam results on the student's high school transcript and the New York NYC school account. The other thing is some schools have the option, or most schools have the option, to display all student Regents exam scores or just the highest score earned in each exam subject. So there's a few different places that students and parents can find out the results. Okay, why? So they have to take them to graduate. The results are used for student high school graduation requirements, school quality reports, and teacher development and evaluation. So that's it. There's all these exams and there's a reason for them. This is why New York State requires them for a diploma. Okay, so reliability and validity. The first thing I wanted to say, and it's actually not written here, but the Regents exams are scored by licensed and trained New York City teachers. So no student exam would be scored by a teacher that is in their school. The scoring follows the New York State Education Department and DOE policies on scoring of state exams. So I just wanted to say that first. But when you're looking at reliability and validity, these are some of the common things that I saw as I was researching this. A lot of times there's computer glitches that affect when and how the kids take the test. And we also see that on some of the Common Core that they're supposed to take it and then it's not working correctly. So that's a problem really with reliability and validity, because our kids in one school might be taking it one week and kids in another school might be taking it another week, and it's not like across all levels the same. Okay, cases have been reported of students working all morning or even later without uniform test-taking conditions. Okay. The other thing is that children in the same schoolroom, grade, or district cannot be compared with another district or something like that. And so, sorry, I just had to charge my phone. So that can be hard. Yeah. So students do not all come to test day the same. So if one child comes and their dog passed away that morning, or another child is having a rough time, maybe they didn't take their medication, or they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or they didn't get a lot of sleep because they were nervous, versus someone who did get a lot of sleep and is coming fully awake and aware and ready. This doesn't help when we're grading a test like this and we're talking about reliability and validity. So that's another thing. That's that. Okay, the last thing is virtually every year from 2012 through 2018, there have been differences in publishers of the test population, and the test parameters. So what they're saying is things keep changing, and there's been discrepancies, and so you have to think of this kind of stuff when you're thinking about a test like this. And the other thing I wanted to say is a lot of people have test anxiety. And so although the New York State is they really stand by this, they're putting in a lot of good things as far as like not having teachers in the same school test them. Every teacher that does grade these has a very strict grading system, and it's easy to read and easy to understand, and so that's great. But some of these other things do affect reliability and validity. Okay, and these are my references. I got a lot of my stuff from the New York NYC Department of Education website. That's a great place to look. And then on study.com, if you see the first reference, there was some great information there if you're at all interested in looking into this more. And then the other, Smith and Strauss, they both had wonderful information as well. So if you have a high school student, you're going to have a high school student, or you're going to work in high school, these are just some great places to go. Thank you, and I look forward to reading and watching the rest of yours.